Confirmation this week, the organisation Afriforum lost a legal application against Rand Water. It wanted a judge to order that Rand Water could not be allowed to throttle or reduce the amount of water it provides to several municipalities. Rand Water, it said, it would reduce the water it supplies to the Nkwata and Merafong municipalities, and that it planned to reduce the amount of water it supplies to several others. This is because the councils owe Rand Water a huge amount of money, and they failed to meet payment arrangements that they had themselves set with Rand Water. Afriforum had argued that ordinary people who had paid their water bills would end up with no water because of this decision through no fault of their own. The spokesperson for Rand Water is Makenosi Maroo. Makenosi, good afternoon to you. You won this case. What was your argument against Afriforum? What did you argue in court?
Good afternoon, Stephen, and good afternoon to the viewers. Stephen, our argument was that we are being owed over 3 billion by different municipalities. We have been negotiating with them. We've signed agreement upon agreement, but they have not honored that agreement. So their argument was that, look, you can't just take water away from us. Water it's a human right. So when Afriforum approached the courts, we went there as first respondents, and the application was dismissed.
Obviously, I mean, for you, you can't go on like this. I mean, this has been a problem for ages, and I know some of your officials, it might even have come up in the court papers, have pointed out that the councils want endless negotiations, but in the end, they just never pay.
Look, we've been at this for a long time, for a couple of years. Now we have decided, I think we indicated the last time, that we are going to invoke the provision of Section 41 of the Intergovernmental Relations Act. We've also approached National Treasury and the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. So we are moving forward with those municipalities who are not paying rainwater.
What are you actually doing? You're not switching off the water, you're reducing the amount of flow.
That's correct. We are not switching water completely. We're reducing the flow. So people will still get water in various municipalities that are owing rainwater, but it will not be obviously at the same flow that we normally provide.
Do you know then if that means that some people, so people who live at the top of hills, for example, might end up getting no water, and some people who live at the bottom of hills, for example, won't have any reduction in pressure? What I'm trying to get to is, could there be some people who are left with no water, even though that's not your aim?
Look, it might happen. We are saying people who are living in the high-lying areas, they will struggle. People who are in the low-lying areas, it will be easy for them to get water. But what we are really doing is we're trying to force municipalities to pay rainwater. And we know that if residents who are paying municipalities and they realize that they're not getting water even though they are paying, they will force municipalities to start paying rainwater.
Well, look, Nkwata has had so many service delivery problems around water for years and years, and nothing seems to have changed there. Is there any sign yet that these councils will change their behaviour after you've reduced the flow of water to them?
We did sign an agreement with them. We are hoping that they will come to the party. We have the restriction is not there anymore. We have decided not to take the credit control measure, so they are getting water, but we are going to monitor the situation. If they still fail to pay, then we'll reach to that point where we are going to reduce water.
It's actually, as I talk to you, sort of amazing to realise that an organisation, Afriforum in this case, went to court to try and stop you from doing this. Did the councils go to court to try and stop you from doing this? I mean, they're the people most affected, and from what I can see, they've done very little in public.
You know, it's actually funny. The councillors or the municipalities, they don't even go to court because they know that they have to pay rainwater. And some people are paying, some residents are paying, but they are not setting money aside for the essentials for water and electricity.
Makenosi, you're in a very difficult position here. And I mean, I can see why Afriforum took you to court, and I'm sure that people who are paying their bills in these councils are very frustrated with you. And you say you hope that the councils will pay. I hate to say this, but I worry that they won't. But I realise you sort of have to take them at their word. You can't continue in this way. And if you look at what some of these councils owe you, they're never going to be able to pay. So this debt, it's a bit like the debt that some of the same councils owe to Eskom. The debt just mounts up and everyone ends up paying interest on debt and everyone knows it's never going to get paid at the end. What do we need to resolve this? Would you want national government to sort of take over these councils or something like that?
We are actually seeking intervention from National Treasury, as I indicated. We're being in negotiation with them because we're not getting anything from the national fiscus. So we're saying from National Treasury, if you ring fence an amount that is going to a particular municipality, that must go directly to Randrota instead of paying municipalities. I think that will be able to help resolve our issues.
We've seen the National Water Affairs Minister, Senator Mkhunu, actually saying that he believes national government should be able to intervene with councils more easily. There are some discussions, I think, of just changing the entire way water supply systems work. I mean, if you look at how difficult this problem is to fix, would Rand Water be involved in those discussions?
Yes, we are involved through the Department of Water and Sanitation. Obviously, the minister is representing us, and the CE is part of those discussions. But obviously, these will take a long time. I mean, it's a long time arrangement that we're looking at. For now, we're saying, what can we do with immediate effect? Ring fence money that is going to municipalities that are owing rainwater so that we can be able to purify and supply water to our municipal customers.
Okay. So you have now restored the full water supplies to the councils you'd reduced it to. But it's quite a few councils that are actually in this position. I mean, could we end up in a situation where we have 10 councils that aren't getting proper water supplies because they can't pay you? I mean, we're talking about millions of people being affected by these decisions that are very difficult to fix.
What we're doing, Stephen, as soon as we realize that a municipality is defaulting once or twice, that's where we're having a discussion. That's where we have an agreement. We sign an agreement to say, indicate how much you can pay and commit to that amount that you're going to be paying.
Makenosi Maroo, thank you. Spokesperson for Rand Water, really appreciate the time.